You're a summoner? That's the weakest class in the world. The moment Lin Xiao awakened his class, everyone laughed at him. His rival called him trash. No team wanted him. No one believed he could clear a dungeon. Even a normal combat class was considered better than becoming a summoner. But they had no idea. Lin Xiao had awakened a unique S-tier talent. A talent so powerful that nobody else in the world could ever obtain it. Every single day, he gains a brand new S-rank talent. His first summon was just a tiny skeleton. Weak, pathetic, worthless. But after receiving an S-rank talent, it evolved into a terrifying Death Knight. A monster capable of slaughtering entire armies. Then his slime gained the power of endless evolution through devouring. His goblin became a master of legendary weapons. And that was only the beginning. While other people struggled to make one summon stronger, Lin Xiao gave countless S-rank talents to all of his summons. Every day they evolved. Every day they grew stronger. Every day they became more terrifying. Geniuses? Prodigies? Heroes? None of them could even defeat his weakest summon. Then the abyss descended upon the world. Demon gods appeared. Ancient monsters awakened. Even the gods themselves looked down upon humanity. But when humanity stood on the edge of extinction, one man stepped forward. Behind him stood an army powerful enough to shake heaven and earth. An army of death knights, ancient beasts, divine creatures, and beings powerful enough to rival gods. The world finally realized one terrifying truth. The strongest army was never an army. The strongest kingdom was never a kingdom. It was one summoner, and his summons. This is the story of Lin Xiao, the summoner who turned the weakest class into the strongest existence in the world. Week 1 8-hour video will be uploaded. All novels uploaded here are completed, so you will get a full story without searching or waiting. I have listened to the translated version on web, and there are no major problems with translation. If you want Chinese novel translated, give me the original name of the novel and I will respond to your request as soon as possible. Please make sure your request is on the latest video. If you hear this "u" sound in the novel, it means either question mark or some space is left, like getting materials or experience gained there more but not shown. If after a name is used and after there is silence, it means exclamation marks were used as in shock. I don't know if this will happen in recorded one, but it happened in web version. Chapter 145. Lin Xiao and Jiang Ningxue rode the nine-tailed demon fox, rushing toward Nansha City. Wu Xiang followed on foot alone. Thanks to the Sky Imperial windwalking battle boots, his speed was not slow. Abyss monsters detected ahead. Quantity 5. The abyssal eye transmitted information. Doll. Lin Xiao immediately summoned the Snow Girl doll. Without needing an order, she knew what to do. She arrived at the front, and dozens of ice cones shot out, instantly killing the blocking abyss monsters in one hit. Successfully killed Blue Stone Giant. EXP plus 3,400. Successfully killed Sand Eye Lizard. EXP plus 2,400. Successfully killed Tidal Flat Monster. EXP plus 4,100. There are abyss monsters everywhere. It feels like having 1 foot already stepped into the abyss. Jiang Ningxue, sitting behind Lin Xiao, couldn't help but say as she watched the abyss monsters appearing from time to time. Lin Xiao glanced at her. Have you been to the abyss? I have. Just on the outskirts. Jiang Ningxue looked at Lin Xiao suspiciously. We organized a trip to the abyss in the 2nd week of school. After all, we are members of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad. You haven't been even once, have you? Lin Xiao scratched his head in embarrassment. He really hadn't been. And no one had come to notify him. I heard a cry for help over there. I'll go check it out. You guys go on ahead. After Wu Xiang finished speaking, he quickly rushed toward the right. It might be fake. Be careful. Before Lin Xiao could finish his sentence, Wu Xiang's figure was already out of sight. Will he be all right? He'll be fine. His strength is decent, and he has a set of powerful equipment. Lin Xiao wasn't worried at all. wearing the epic Sky Imperial disaster set, he could escape safely even if he encountered a powerful abyss monster. Boom! Before long, a series of sounds like thunder, wind whistling, and earthquakes came from the direction Wuxiang had gone. Not long after, Wuxiang ran back, looking disheveled and covered in dust. Damn it! It was actually a mimicry monster. Wuxiang chugged a recovery potion and cursed. Lin Xiao rolled his eyes at him. I warned you earlier that this was very likely a trap, but you insisted on going. It wasn't a loss. I dug a skeleton out of that abyss monster's mouth. Bringing it back for burial can at least let them rest in peace. As he spoke, Wuxiang took out the skeleton and showed it to Lin Xiao and Jiang Ningxue. Lin Xiao, Jiang Ningxue, did you get eaten? Jiang Ningxue asked. Wuxiang shook his head, put away the skeleton, and said, How is that possible? I am, after all, an elite of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad. It's impossible for me to make such a low-level mistake. I saw that this guy was a fake at a glance when I got there. I punched it down, and the skeleton was spat out of that guy's mouth. Lin Xiao looked Wuxiang up and down and could see quite a bit of slime on his body. It was obvious he had been swallowed. However, he didn't expose him. This place is different from the city. There are many vicious abyss monsters here. Our goal is Nansha City, which needs us more. Lin Xiao reminded him. I know. I guarantee there won't be a next time. Wuxiang naturally understood what Lin Xiao meant. Whoosh! A gust of strong wind struck, slightly hindering the progress of Lin Xiao and his group. Before they could continue on their way, a corpse suddenly crashed down from the sky. What's going on? Wuxiang immediately stepped forward. The corpse had countless knife wounds, with flesh barely hanging together as if it would break at a touch, showing it had been subjected to cruel cutting. Jiang Ningxue quickly took out her staff, chanted a spell, and cast a healing spell on the body. Healing ineffective. Wuxiang said in a deep voice, He is already dead. Then he glanced at the clothing the dead man was wearing and continued. He is from the western city in the west. But how could someone from the western city appear here? One is in the west, the other is in the south. This distance is quite far. Could it be that they ran all the way here specifically to provide support? Lin Xiao looked ahead and said, Let's go check out the front. Be careful. It's not simple. Wuxiang nodded. Since this corpse flew from ahead, there must be a situation up ahead. Clang, clang, clang. A woman holding a great sword blocked the incoming wind blades. While blocking, she cursed angrily. Damn it! Why is this guy still chasing us? It's been chasing us the whole way. Quick, run. Shanyuan City is just ahead. As long as we reach there, we'll be safe. The male mage cast shields for everyone and gave the three of them a speed boost, continuing to run toward Shanyuan City. Is it really safe there? Even Nansha City has been attacked by a large number of abyss monsters. I'm afraid Shanyuan City might also. The woman lowered her head pessimistically, her face pale. It was clear that her mana had been completely exhausted. We can't care about that much now. The only guard is dead, so we can only go to Shanyuan City now. If Shanyuan City has already been attacked by abyss monsters, then we'll lead them in and then escape, said the woman carrying the great sword. The male mage didn't understand and asked, Since we're leading them into a city, why not choose Nansha City? Are you and is stupid? Nansha City has just been attacked. Do you want to go over there and make them get wiped out? If Shanyuan City is already covered in abyss monsters, one more won't matter. As soon as she finished speaking, the great sword woman seemed to notice something, turned around abruptly, and roared, Sword chi protection! Clang. The great sword let out a boom, shaking her arm until it went numb, and the weapon almost slipped from her grasp. Little mice, you sure can run. You made me chase you the whole way. Can you still escape this time? A chilling voice came from the gale. The wind carried knives, cutting everything around it. A human face appeared in a storm. You can't escape. You discovered the master's secret, and you still want to run. After speaking, a more violent hurricane struck. This time, he would kill all these mice. Tisk! Damn it, we still couldn't escape? The great sword girl spat out a mouthful of bloody foam and wanted to raise the great sword in her hand to block, but found that she couldn't muster any strength now. Suddenly, a ray of healing light fell on her, instantly filling her with strength. Not only her, but the desperate male mage and the weak woman also recovered. The two immediately realized that someone had come. Earth Barrier. Defense Enhancement. 2 spells were quickly cast, blocking the incoming hurricane. Disaster Heavy Strike. A roar sounded, and a giant hammer slammed down, smashing into the gale. Instantly, various disasters appeared, swallowing the abyss monster within the gale. It wasn't over yet. Wuxiang rushed directly into the gale and started hammering away wildly. This scene left the 3 of them stunned. Where did this warrior come from? To be so fierce, charging straight in to fight the opponent. Is he not afraid of being shredded? Chapter 146. Seeing Wuxiang's reckless fighting style, Lin Xiao was speechless. No wonder he was so badly injured when Lin Xiao saw him at the mall. A large part of it was probably due to this desperate fighting style. The injuries he sustained protecting the child probably accounted for only a very small portion. With no opportunity for the 9-tailed demon fox and the snow girl doll to act, Lin Xiao simply left the abyss monster in front of him to Wuxiang and walked towards the 3 who had just been pursued. Oh my god! Where did that big fox come from? The appearance of the 9-tailed demon fox startled the male mage, who quickly raised his staff, ready to attack. Having been chased all the way here, his nerves were constantly taut, so it was inevitable to react this way upon seeing a non-human creature. The great sword woman struck his staff away, saying irritably, "They're here to save us." She then glanced at Lin Xiao and Jiang Ningxue, who were sitting on the 9-tailed demon fox, and said, "Zhu Chodai, thank you for your rescue. My name is Zhao Lu. I'm really sorry just now. I thought you were enemies." The male mage, realizing his mistake, scratched his head awkwardly. He had actually mistaken his rescuers for enemies. The female priest nodded to the 2. Guayu. Lin Xiao. After introducing himself, Lin Xiao couldn't help but ask, "Are you from West City in the West? Were you chased here by abyss monsters?" Although he knew their identities from Wuxiang, he still needed to confirm it again. "You can actually tell we're from West City." Zhu Chodai was a bit surprised because Lin Xiao and Jiang Ningxue didn't look like people from the West. They seemed to be from somewhere else. "Lin Xiao, when we arrived, we met comrades from your deceased team." "I see." Zhu Chodai nodded. "But he wasn't part of my team. We just met on the road and traveled together. It's the same for the others." Lin Xiao suddenly understood. So their original teams were scattered, and they temporarily formed a new one. Zhu Chodai continued, "We were chased here by abyss monsters, thinking we could shake them off. But this guy is like a dog's plaster, impossible to get rid of." "That can't be true, can it? There are 3 or 4 cities along the way from West City to here. Why didn't you hide in a city? Isn't it safer there?" Jiang Ningxue couldn't help but ask. Zhu Chodai smiled bitterly. "I wanted to, but all the roads leading to the cities were blocked by them. I could only take small paths and ran all the way here. Along the way, thankfully, I met many professionals scattered by abyss monsters. Otherwise, it would have been really hard to escape here and then meet you." Listening to her account, Lin Xiao couldn't help but become curious. Why is this abyss monster relentlessly pursuing you? Is it trying to capture you for a sacrifice? Information had already been relayed that abyss monsters might be capturing humans for unknown sacrifices. Seeing this abyssal demon pursue so relentlessly, he naturally thought along those lines. But Lin Xiao also found it very strange. Was it really necessary to chase 1 or 2 humans from West City all the way here? "You know that abyssal demons want to use humans for sacrifice?" Zhu Chodai exclaimed. Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow, noting her surprised expression. It seemed this was very important information to her. But she probably hadn't received the information from above, unaware that the news of abyssal demons performing sacrifices was already widely known. After all, the think tank wasn't useless. They could deduce many things from subtle clues. That's no secret anymore, Lin Xiao said. That's good. Zhu Qiudai breathed a sigh of relief. The information she risked her life to bring out was already known to everyone. Presumably, countermeasures had also been made. The sacrifice is at most 3 days away, at earliest 1 day. It should be enough time, since it's no longer a secret. Zhu Qiudai didn't lower her voice, and Lin Xiao heard her muttering to herself, subconsciously asking, "How do you know the time of the sacrifice?" Zhu Qiudai was stunned for a moment, then said, "In the Shishan tomb dungeon, I saw an abyssal demon presiding over a sacrifice ritual. I overheard their conversation by accident, but they also discovered me, which is why they chased me so relentlessly." That's right. Since Zhu Qiudai hadn't learned of the abyssal demon's purpose through official channels, she must have found out through other means. She discovered that abyssal demons were conducting a sacrifice ritual. "Are you sure you found them in Shishan tomb?" Lin Xiao asked seriously again. Zhu Qiudai nodded. "I'm sure." "Good. I'll tell them about this now." Lin Xiao immediately took out his phone. No, the phone won't connect at all. Seeing Lin Xiao take out his phone, Zhu Qiudai immediately said, "I've tried many times, but I can't make any contact." Lin Xiao glanced at his phone and found that there was indeed no signal. Wait, Company Commander Sher said there was no impact on communication. Didn't he? Why couldn't he make a call? Could it be that the communication technology is different? Lin Xiao had no time to think much. If he couldn't contact them by phone, he had other ways, though a bit roundabout. "Lin Xiao? Is something wrong with you?" Nan Wanqing, stationed at the border, suddenly received Lin Xiao's call. He had just received news of Lin Xiao's battle results and was happy for him. But not long after, his call came, making him think something bad had happened. "It's like this." Lin Xiao quickly explained the situation. Nan Wanqing's face grew more solemn. "Lin Xiao, you've obtained very important information. I will relay it to them now. By the way, Miss Zhu Qiudai seems to have been contaminated by some special magnetic field. A purification spell should remove it." Jiang Ningxue immediately cast a purification spell on Zhu Qiudai. Lin Xiao saw his phone's signal return to normal and couldn't help but exclaim, "There's actually such a strange ability. Ha ha ha. Awesome." Wu Xiang walked back, carrying his giant hammer, with many scars left by wind blades on his body, but he didn't care at all. Lin Xiao ignored him, looked at Zhu Qiudai and the other two, and asked, "We're going to Nansha City to provide support first. Do you want to come along?" "Support Nansha City? Just the 3 of you?" Zhao Lu, the male mage who hadn't spoken until now, suddenly interjected. "We just passed through there and saw a lot of abyss monsters gathered in Nansha City. If it's just the 3 of you, it's no different from seeking death." Zhu Qiudai, "That's right, Lin Xiao, what are you thinking?" Wu Xiang immediately became displeased. "Don't underestimate us. Lin Xiao is a top-notch summoner, very powerful. One of him is worth more than a dozen people." "Summoner." The 3 were surprised, glancing at the 9-tailed demon fox, clearly feeling her power, and also the snow girl doll. They rarely saw such powerful summoners, as summoners were generally recognized as a sewer class. "If you don't want to, I won't force you. Shanyuan City is safe now, you can go there to rest." After speaking, he set off again. Chapter 147. Lin Xiao and the others stopped 2 kilometers from Nansha City. A large group of abyssal demons was stationed there, estimated to be more than 50 of them. "It's abyssal demons. I can't believe they're here too." When we passed by, the main gate was almost completely blocked by abyss monsters. "Let's try to go around from the side." Zhu Qiudai and the other 2 still decided to go to Nansha City with Lin Xiao. All right. Just as Lin Xiao and the others were about to act, 5 or 6 more abyss monsters appeared. They were huge and strong, dragging large wooden crates behind them. The group immediately hid, watching the suddenly appearing abyssal demons. "What are they doing? It almost looks like they're trading like humans." Jiang Ningxue kept her voice very low. "Impossible. Abyss monsters barely have brains. They only know how to kill. How could they learn to trade like humans? They're not abyssal demons." Wu Xiang felt that what Jiang Ningxue said was a bit far-fetched. Trading? Lin Xiao frowned, a faint suspicion forming in his mind, but he wasn't entirely sure. He then summoned his slime and whispered, "Can you see what's inside the crates? It's best not to be discovered by them." The slime nodded and immediately released a small eye of supervision. When Lin Xiao saw the image, his face instantly turned pale, and his stomach churned violently, as if an unknown liquid was about to escape his mouth. It was people. The large wooden barrels were all filled with people. They were piled inside like livestock, both dead and alive. Lin Xiao's face darkened as he said, "The wooden barrels are filled with people." People? Everyone's expressions changed, speaking in unison. But considering that the abyss monsters were conducting a sacrifice ritual, it didn't seem strange for the wooden barrels to contain people. "Damn it! Let's go blow them up." Wu Xiang raised the giant hammer in his hand, ready to charge out and fight the abyss monsters to the death. Lin Xiao stopped him, shaking his head. The people in those large wooden barrels must be from Nansha City. Such disguise and secrecy mean that the rear might have been secretly breached, and the soldiers at the front might not know. It could also be the work of human traders. Zhu Chodai interjected. Lin Xiao glanced at her. That was exactly what he was thinking. Human traders? Zhao Lu and the others were shocked. He angrily said, "How can such people exist?" Jiang Ningxue tightly gripped her staff, wanting to go and rescue them, to give them healing, but she held back and looked at Lin Xiao. "What do we do now? Do you want to track them, or continue to Nansha City?" Wu Xiang looked over, awaiting Lin Xiao's decision. Zhu Chodai and the others were the same. At this moment, Lin Xiao became the backbone of the group. Lin Xiao pondered for a moment, then looked at Zhu Chodai and asked, "The dungeon you mentioned is in the West City?" "Yes." Zhu Chodai nodded. "If the sacrifice ritual is being held in the direction of the West City, this place is a long way from the West City. If they're transporting humans like this, they must have discovered it a long time ago." Zhu Chodai glanced at Lin Xiao. "What are you trying to say?" "What I mean is that there might not be just one location for the sacrifice ritual. There's another sacrifice ritual site hidden near Nansha City. Right here," Lin Xiao said. "Another place?" Zhu Chodai frowned. But it also seemed quite reasonable. "Split into two groups?" Zhu Chodai asked. This way, they could both find a new sacrifice ritual site and infiltrate Nansha City to deal with the infiltrating abyss monsters or human traders. "But we don't have an assassin class. The probability of being discovered if we track them is too high," Healer Guiyu said. Currently, their team consisted of 2 warriors, 1 mage, 2 priests, and 1 summoner. If they really had to send someone to track, it could only be the warriors. Priests and mages were clearly the most unsuitable. Once discovered, there was only one outcome, death. For now, there was still a bit of a way to resist. "No need. We'll go directly to Nansha City. I'll just have my summoned beast keep an eye on this place." Lin Xiao then called over the Spider Prince. After briefly explaining the task, he bowed slightly. "Don't worry, Master. Leave it to me." With that, he instantly vanished, his trace impossible to capture. The Spider Prince was an assassin, so this kind of stealth and tracking mission was most suitable for him. Is this also your summoned beast?" Zhao Lu couldn't help but ask. "Yes. Why do you have so many summoned beasts? And why is each one so powerful? The 9-tailed demon fox, the snow girl doll, and the Spider Prince are all very impressive." This was completely different from the summoner he had imagined. "Hey, you just don't understand. Lin Xiao is the strongest summoner in history," Wu Xiang said proudly. Having such a capable good friend also brought him honor. Lin Xiao glanced at him and said, "Stop talking nonsense. Let's go to Nansha City. The later we go, the more people will die there." Temporarily letting go of these damned beasts, Lin Xiao and the others rushed to Nansha City at their fastest speed. But not from the front. Instead, they circled around to the side. So many abyss monsters. Can they really hold them off? Seeing such a display, Jiang Ningxue's face turned even paler. "They can," Lin Xiao said with certainty. As long as no wild dungeons appear inside the city, they can hold on for a while. The most feared situation in this case was a pincer attack. Here, I heard a strange sound like abyss monsters using wind listening art. Zhao Lu pointed to the wall and quickly said, "Good. Quickly use wind magic to send us up." Zhu Chudai quickly asked, "Send a hammer? Just go straight in." Wu Xiang raised his giant hammer and, under everyone's shocked gaze, slammed it violently against the wall. Boom! The wall vibrated violently, and a large hole was smashed into it. You, are you an idiot?" Guiyu roared. "This is a city wall. What were you thinking, smashing a hole here? Are you implying that the abyss monsters aren't breaking through fast enough? Don't worry. I controlled the force of this blow. It won't destroy the overall structure of the city wall. Afterward, we can find a master to use earth magic to fill it back up." Wu Xiang didn't care. Guiyu's eyes widened. "Is that the same thing?" "It is. Why don't you think about how sturdy the city wall is? I haven't even had my class awakening yet, so how could I break it with one hammer? A large part of it is due to my talent." Wu Xiang explained. The method was indeed a bit crude, but it was convenient and effective. Lin Xiao quickly interrupted their argument. "Now is not the time to argue about this. Let's hurry in. The commotion just now will probably attract their attention." Saying that, Lin Xiao was the first to enter Nansha City. In a very peculiar way. Chapter 148. The commotion eventually drew a few defenders from Nansha City. Even though Lin Xiao and the others had chosen a very secluded spot. There were 4 or 5 individuals, all bearing injuries, clearly having retreated from the front lines to recuperate in the rear while also taking on garrison duties. "Who are you? What are you sneaking around doing here? And where did you come from?" The soldier held a thin sword aimed at Lin Xiao and the others, his eyes sharp and vigilant. If they made any rash moves, he would immediately attack. "It's all your fault for drawing people here. If the human traders knew, they would definitely hide first, and then finding them would be troublesome," Guiyu said angrily. Wu Xiang waved his hand. "I was a bit impulsive. We just need to explain it clearly to them, and I believe they can understand. We are here to assist you in dealing with the abyss monsters." Wu Xiang was cut off mid-sentence by a mage whose arm was in a cast. "Assist? You're sneaking around to assist? And you blasted a hole in the city wall? I think you are traitors working for the abyss. Take them down immediately before anything goes wrong." After speaking, the staff in his hand quickly condensed magic and blasted toward Lin Xiao and the others. The remaining 2 mages also quickly launched an attack. The warrior did not strike but watched them vigilantly, ready to counterattack if they dared to approach. Zhu Chodai raised her great sword, preparing to intercept, but the snow girl doll was a step faster. Cold air was released, and an ice wall quickly condensed, blocking them. The magic slammed into it, causing a large amount of ice debris to shatter, but the ice wall remained completely unharmed. "We really are here to assist you. We just ran into a small accident. On the way here, we discovered abyss monsters acting suspiciously. They were transporting humans to a sacrifice location. There was a problem in your rear area, and we sneaked in to avoid alerting the enemy. This friend of mine has a quick temper, which is why he blasted a big hole in the city wall." Lin Xiao quickly explained the cause of the incident.
Sacrelli transporting humans.
"We've been guarding the rear this whole time. Why haven't we seen anything? You're talking nonsense." The warrior roared, clearly not believing Lin Xiao's explanation. "Am I talking nonsense? Go check the injured personnel and you'll know. Also, I am the captain of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad, and this item should prove my identity." With that, Lin Xiao took out his Dragon Flame badge. The soldier looked at the badge in Lin Xiao's hand and exclaimed, "A Dragon Flame badge?" Zhu Chodai, standing nearby, also looked at Lin Xiao in shock. "You are the captain of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad?" "Yes, what's wrong?" "Ha ha ha. Hello, Captain. I'm actually also part of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad." "Oh." Lin Xiao was slightly surprised, but thinking about it, it wasn't impossible. Not only did Zhu Chodai discover the location of the sacrifice ritual, but she also managed to escape from it and flee here while being chased by abyss monsters. It would be impossible without some strength. After confirming that Lin Xiao's dragon flame badge was genuine, the soldier provisionally believed his identity and said, "Hello? I am squad leader Chong Liang. I find it difficult to believe you are good people based on your recent actions, but I hope you understand." Lin Xiao nodded. "I understand. After all, we didn't inform you beforehand." Chong Liang nodded and immediately got to the point. "Is what you just said true?" "Absolutely true." Lin Xiao nodded seriously. "If you confirm the number of injured personnel now, you'll know whether I'm telling the truth or not. With so many people missing suddenly, a quick head count would reveal something." "All right." Chong Liang nodded and immediately gave orders to the others. "Go immediately and confirm the number of injured personnel. Also, ask them if they noticed any unusual circumstances or missing people." "Yes, sir." The soldiers quickly went to carry out the orders. If abyss monsters had infiltrated the rear, it would be a huge deal. "By the way, do you have those large wooden barrels here?" Jiang Ningxue suddenly asked. "When we arrived, we saw abyss monsters secretly transporting humans inside wooden barrels." "Large wooden barrels?" Chong Liang frowned. "Large wooden barrels are very common here. Most food and fresh water are stored in barrels. As for whether someone secretly transported them away, I don't know. We'd have to ask Old Sun." Mentioning Old Sun, Chong Liang's expression changed. It seemed he hadn't seen Old Sun for a while, and with such a huge commotion happening here, he hadn't rushed over immediately. Could it be? "Come with me. I thought of a place." Chong Liang's face was grim, and he quickly ran toward a certain location. Lin Xiao and the others immediately followed. Soon, a pungent smell of blood wafted over, causing them to frown deeply. Although it wasn't strange for a treatment area in the rear to smell of blood, this odor was too intense and pungent, making it highly abnormal. "The smell is coming from that room." Zhu Chodai pointed at the house ahead. At the same time, they noticed several large wooden barrels stacked around the house, stained with quite a bit of blood. A bad premonition began to form in their hearts. "This is where Old Sun lives. Never mind that. Let's go inside and see." Chong Liang's expression was poor. He immediately guessed what had happened. "I'll open the door." Wu Xiang raised his great hammer, preparing to smash it. Guiyu rolled her eyes at him and snapped, "Save it. If you smash that door, everything behind it will be ruined. If there are any injured people, you'll probably kill them too. I'll do it instead." Zhao Lu immediately released magic. Several wind blades instantly severed the wooden door's connections, followed by an earth cone that destroyed it. The door was destroyed, and an even stronger smell of blood poured out, causing everyone to frown involuntarily. Something bad happened. This was the thought in everyone's mind. They sped up again, and after entering the room, a blood-red scene unfolded before them. Blood was everywhere, and clear signs of a struggle were visible, yet there was not a single corpse to be seen. The bodies were transported away long ago. Judging by the age of the blood, this happened several days ago. Lin Xiao's expression was solemn. Several days passed, and no one noticed the abnormality here? Wu Xiang frowned. "Not discovered for several days? Are everyone's eyes blind and noses plugged here? The failure to discover it means that abyss monsters had infiltrated here long ago, or a human traitor has appeared." After Zhu Chodai finished speaking, she seemed to realize something and suddenly looked behind her, finding that Chong Liang had vanished. "Chong Liang is gone." A startled cry instantly made everyone realize something was wrong. "This Chong Liang is suspicious." Bang! The broken door was suddenly blocked by a mass of unknown flesh covered in dense, tiny holes. Hiss! Without giving anyone time to react, an unknown gas erupted, instantly filling the entire room. Chapter 149. It was a trap. This was the first thought that occurred to Lin Xiao and the others. They never expected that this Chong Liang was actually a human, or rather an abyss monster. "You dog!" Wu Xiang raised the giant hammer in his hand and smashed it towards the mass of flesh blocking the doorway, trying to shatter it. When the giant hammer landed, Wuxiang felt like he had struck cotton. His strength was completely absorbed. Just as he was about to swing again, a cloud of unknown gas hit him directly in the face, causing him to instantly lose all strength. The giant hammer in his hand nearly slipped and fell onto his own head. This gas isn't poisonous, but it makes us lose our combat ability. Jiang Ningxue immediately cast the purification spell, giving everyone a moment of respite. But relying solely on the purification spell in such a confined space wouldn't last long. Wuxiang, don't smash the door, smash the wall directly, Lin Xiao immediately shouted. At the same time, he commanded the Snow Girl doll to attack. Wuxiang realized that if the main entrance was blocked by a mass of flesh, he should just attack somewhere else. The giant hammer struck fiercely, and the Snow Girl doll simultaneously launched an attack toward the direction of the door. Boom! A large hole was blasted into the wall, and light streamed through, giving everyone hope of escape. The Snow Girl doll's attack froze the pores on the mass of flesh, preventing it from spraying gas further. Hurry and get out! Seeing this, Guoyu immediately shouted. No, wait, there might already be abyss monsters lying in ambush outside. We can't be careless. Hearing Lin Xiao's warning, Guoyu quickly stopped, feeling that what he said made perfect sense. Then what should we do? Guoyu quickly asked. Lin Xiao, Wuxiang, keep smashing. Smash the other wall. Got it. Wuxiang immediately understood Lin Xiao's intention. Create multiple exits so the enemy won't know which direction they are coming from. Doll, the ceiling. Lin Xiao pointed at the ceiling. The Snow Girl doll immediately understood, releasing a powerful blast of frigid air, instantly freezing the ceiling and then shattering it. Fortunately, this house was only a single-story bungalow. Otherwise, it would have been truly difficult. Bang! A large hole was blasted in the ceiling. Light shone in, and an extra shadow appeared on the ground. Someone is up there. Prepare to attack. Lin Xiao's eyes narrowed. He immediately commanded the nine-tailed demon fox and the Snow Girl doll to attack simultaneously, one aiming up and the other aiming left. Boom! The terrifying attacks instantly shook the house. Lin Xiao and the others were immediately freed from their predicament, but before they could leave, they saw Chong Liang surrounding them with over 20 people. Among these 20-odd people were the mages and warriors Lin Xiao had just met. They hadn't gone to count the numbers. They had gone to call their accomplices. Chong Liang, you ungrateful beast! Wuxiang roared in anger. Zhu Chodai raised the great sword in her hand and adopted a defensive stance, protecting the two priests and the mage behind her. Ungrateful! Chong Liang sneered. Don't think I don't know what kind of trash you are, sneaking into Nansha City. You call me a beast, but clearly, it's you abyss monsters trying to infiltrate Nansha City. The test I just gave you proved everything. How can you still deny it? Stop wasting words with them. Quickly take these people down and hand them over to General Anshuan at the rear. Failure is not an option. Swish! Several magic staffs were aimed at Lin Xiao and the others. The warriors stood in front, acting as shields for the mages. No need to waste words with them. They are all controlled by abyss monsters. Attack directly. Using the abyssal eye, Lin Xiao saw that Chong Liang and the others' information was abnormal. In fact, he should have used the abyssal eye to check them the moment they entered. If someone could transport humans out of Nansha City from the rear in large wooden barrels, there must have been collaborators. His experience was still lacking. All right. With Lin Xiao's confirmation, Wuxiang immediately attacked, smashing out with the giant hammer. The warrior stood in front, acting as the mage's most effective shield, blocking Wuxiang's attack. But the next second, various natural disasters descended, catching everyone off guard. The magic incantations were complete. Multicolored lights flashed in the sky, and dozens of magic spells simultaneously crashed down toward Lin Xiao and the others. Life Guard. Jiang Ningxue quickly acted, placing a life shield over everyone. Guoyu, who was preparing to attack, was astonished. She looked at Jiang Ningxue in disbelief. Isn't that a single target skill? How did you cast it on the whole team? It's due to my talent, Jiang Ningxue explained simply. Guiyu quickly used a skill to increase everyone's defense. Boom! The spells landed but did not cause significant damage. But just then, a tentacle suddenly struck, aiming precisely at Jiang Ningxue and Guiyu. I was waiting for you to show up. Lin Xiao quickly locked onto the target. The mass of flesh blocking the doorway of the house they were trapped in clearly belonged to another creature. After coming out, they hadn't seen the creature, only Chang Liang and the others. Clearly, the creature had hidden itself, preparing to launch a sneak attack from the shadows. Therefore, when Chang Liang and the others began their attack, Lin Xiao held back, waiting for the abyss monster hiding in the dark. Whoosh! The biting cold instantly froze the attacking tentacle. The nine-tailed demon fox immediately locked onto the target's location and threw a foxfire. Boom! Flames shot up, accompanied by a fierce wail. The snow girl doll gave the creature no chance, quickly following up by shooting out ice cones, instantly killing it. Successfully killed Evil Eye. Experience plus 5,000. Obtained Living Eyeball, Material, *1, Spirit Attack, Consumable, *2. Once the abyss monster was killed, Chang Liang and the others fell to the ground as if they had lost control. They really were controlled. I was just thinking about whether I should smash their heads open. Wu Xiang stopped the giant hammer in his hand. If he had been 1 second later, the warrior's head in front of him would probably have burst open like a watermelon. What should we do now? There might be more controlled people like this further back, Zhu Chudai asked. Just then, a middle-aged man arrived, stepping on the wind and quickly descending. Who are you people? Wu Xiang and the others immediately grew wary and adopted an attacking stance. Given the previous lesson, they weren't sure if the person in front of them was a fake Li Gui, a level 53 professional wind swordsman. Lin Xiao glanced at the person and immediately gathered his information. He's fine, Lin Xiao said. Wu Xiang immediately breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. He trusted Lin Xiao implicitly. After all, who else would be so generous as to lend him a set of epic-grade equipment? What's going on? Who are you? If you don't explain yourselves clearly, I guarantee you won't leave this place. Sharp swords flew, raising gusts of fierce wind, surrounding Lin Xiao and the others. If they showed any sign of rash movement, they would be instantly executed. Chapter 150. After explaining what happened, the wind swordsman believed what Lin Xiao said. The dragon flame badge was the most powerful evidence. Lin Xiao also learned the other party's name, Tang Qi, who was in charge of logistics. Take me to see the abyss monster you killed. Tang Qi's expression was not good. An abyss monster had infiltrated, and he hadn't noticed at all, not even knowing how many compatriots had been transported away. This was his dereliction of duty. All right. Lin Xiao led him to the Evil Eye's death location. Tang Qi stomped the already dead Evil Eye into a pulp, as if venting his anger, then asked in a deep voice, According to you, there are more abyss monsters mixed in here? It's very possible. These abyss monsters aren't strong in combat, but they can easily manipulate others. One evil eye could control 20 to 30 people. Controlling several hundred wouldn't require too many evil eyes. Moreover, injured professionals were easier to control. Chang Liang and the others were all more or less injured. Those few just now weren't military personnel, just ordinary professionals. Because of a shortage of manpower, and seeing that their personalities were decent, they were temporarily assigned to logistics guard duty. After speaking, Tang Qi looked at Lin Xiao. I'll leave the follow-up work to you. Can you complete the mission? Lin Xiao didn't refuse. No problem. I have a way to find out who is controlled. With the help of Abyssal Eye, it couldn't be simpler. Very good, worthy of being someone the god of war favors. I believe in your ability. Tang Qi burst into laughter. Oh, right. About the sacrifice ritual. Tang Qi frowned when Lin Xiao brought it up, hesitating for 2 or 3 seconds before saying, Your information is very important, but Nansha City doesn't have the energy to deal with this right now. Just fending off the Abyss's attack is already very difficult. Tang Qi sighed again. Besides, reinforcements can't arrive that quickly, so this matter can only be put aside for now. Lin Xiao nodded, understanding. Let's deal with Nansha City's hidden dangers first. After Tang Qi and Lin Xiao exchanged contact information, he gave another instruction to call him if anything happened, then quickly left. Lin Xiao returned and explained the situation to Zhu Qiudai and the others. This is simple. We'll guard here. They'll definitely pass through here if they want to leave. Then, not a single one of them will escape. Wu Xiang planted his great hammer on the ground, exuding an aura of one man holding off 10,000. No, it'll be too late if we wait for them to transport. Who knows how many more people will die. Jiang Ningxue disagreed with Wu Xiang's suggestion. Those injured people packed into large wooden barrels, these abyss monsters didn't treat them as humans at all. Squeezed into large wooden barrels like that, if they didn't suffocate, they'd be crushed to death. Jiang Ningxue continued. If they find this path blocked, they might take another route. We don't know if they have other exits. I think what Miss Jiang Ningxue said is good. They might have more than one transport route. Guarding here alone would make us very passive. Zhu Qiudai also disagreed with Wu Xiang's, waiting for the rabbit method. Wu Xiang wanted to retort, but felt they had a point, then looked at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao, what do you think we should do? I'll listen to you. Lin Xiao pondered for a moment and said, the view here is open. You can see a bit of anyone passing through. How about this? You guard here and we'll go inside to find people. All right. Wu Xiang had no objections and readily agreed. Entering the rear recuperation area, many priests could be seen treating injured professionals, but there weren't enough personnel. It's so miserable. The work in the rear isn't easy at all. Guiyu couldn't help but say. Jiang Ningxue raised her staff, about to heal the injured professionals, but Lin Xiao stopped her. Seeing her puzzled gaze, Lin Xiao explained, if you make a move, it'll easily attract attention, and then finding people will be troublesome. Jiang Ningxue's talent, bountiful beings, could amplify healing into an area of effect, which was a divine skill, but it wasn't suitable for use now. Then how do we find them? One by one would take too much time, Zhu Qiudai asked. Just follow my command. I'll be responsible for finding, and you'll be responsible for tying people up. Lin Xiao summoned the slime and placed it on his shoulder. Slime, eye of supervision. Buzz. A large eyeball appeared in the void, looking down and gazing at everyone. Lin Xiao's vision synchronized with it, as if he had a god's eye view. Those two have problems. Tie them up. And those few walking together, they should be heading towards the restroom. The one with glasses is already controlled. No need for explanations. Just tie them all up first. The third one on the right, the auntie holding a large ladle, she's also controlled. Lin Xiao quickly told everyone his findings. This is too amazing. You can tell who's the imposter just by looking. Guiyu, who was going to catch people according to the instructions, was shocked by Lin Xiao's continuous commands. She had thought they would need to search one by one, then verify and confirm their identities. But she never expected it to be so simple. Zhao Lu, who was with Guiyu, couldn't help but exclaim, as expected, the people from the Dragon Flame Abyss squad are extraordinary. I heard he's still the captain. Such a young captain, so impressive. Guiyu's eyes couldn't hide her admiration. You guys handle things here. I found an abyss monster. I'll go deal with it first. Lin Xiao quickly went with the Snow Girl doll. In such a densely populated area, it was clearly inappropriate for the slime to act. One forbidden curse would kill the abyss monster, but it would also kill a large portion of the people. After all, a forbidden curse's destructive power and range were both top-notch. Sacred arrow. Just as Lin Xiao arrived at the cluttered area, a light arrow suddenly shot out, targeting the abyss monster hiding among the debris. Accompanied by a wail, the abyss monster hiding inside instantly died miserably, without any power to resist. Lin Xiao looked in the direction the attack came from. Bai Yixue? He unexpectedly saw an acquaintance. They had met a few times, so she should count as an acquaintance, right? But she actually knew there was an abyss monster here. Had someone already noticed something was wrong? Bai Yixue walked over with a smile. Lin Xiao, we meet again. I lost to you during the Dragon Flame Group's qualification assessment. I was thinking of competing with you in the college entrance examination, but I realized I still underestimated your strength. Lin Xiao hadn't dwelled on the past event. He glanced at the clutter and asked, "You knew?" Bai Yixue looked at the clutter. I felt something abnormal here. After observing carefully, I didn't expect an abyss monster to have infiltrated. Then she reacted and looked at Lin Xiao seriously. You seem to know something. Chapter 151. Lin Xiao didn't hide anything and truthfully informed the other party of his discovery. Upon hearing this, Bai Yixue's pupils involuntarily contracted. There's actually such a thing. No wonder I saw some injured people leave and never return. I thought they had gone back to the front lines, but I didn't expect. I'll help you. Many hands make light work. Bai Yixue joined Lin Xiao's team without hesitation. Lin Xiao naturally had no objections. With Bai Yixue joining, their combat power would increase significantly. Bai Yixue's strength was quite good. After all, like him, she was a captain of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad. This indicated that her strength was recognized. Welcome. Lin Xiao nodded. My slime has the eye of supervision which can see who has problems. You just need to listen to me and apprehend them. Eye of supervision? Bai Yixue looked at the slime on Lin Xiao's shoulder in surprise. Your summoned beast learned a forbidden curse so quickly? Don't mages usually have to awaken at level 60 to learn forbidden curses? How can your summoned beast learn it so quickly? Could it be a talent related to forbidden curses? Lin Xiao, you actually know this skill? And you guessed so accurately. He still underestimated her. After all, there were so many forbidden curses for slimes, some of which he hadn't even heard of. The slime's inherent uniqueness allowed it to learn the forbidden curse. Lin Xiao casually made up an excuse. Bai Yixue actually believed him. She nodded. It must have something special about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't use a slime as a summoned beast. I have a few suspicious places that might be hiding spots for abyssal demons. I'll go deal with them first, and you observe if those problematic people can still move. So, she had already made some discoveries. That's good. It will save a lot of time. You go ahead. I'll wait for you here. Bai Yixue acted quickly. Before long, Lin Xiao saw many people fall to the ground. This attracted some attention, but it didn't cause much of a stir. After all, this was the rear hospital. And a few people suddenly collapsing wasn't anything to be surprised about. 10 minutes later, Bai Yixue reappeared beside Lin Xiao. The places I suspected indeed harbored abyss monsters, but I've dealt with all of them. See if there are any omissions. All right. Just as Lin Xiao was searching, Jiang Ningxue and the others returned. Seeing Bai Yixue there, they were a bit surprised. Yixue, why are you here? Ningxue. Bai Yixue was equally surprised, then smiled. Right. Lin Xiao is here, so how could you not be? Their relationship was no longer a secret. Jiang Ningxue, did you specifically come to support Nansha City? Bai Yixue gave a bitter smile. I came here to recuperate after being injured, but I didn't expect abyss monsters to appear here too, and now this is happening. After completing the search, Lin Xiao looked at everyone. No one here is being controlled anymore. No more? That was quite simple. Hearing that the matter was resolved, Zhao Lu immediately breathed a sigh of relief, his expression showing a hint of anticipation. We've resolved such a major crisis. We should get a lot of merit, right? Lin Xiao shook his head. It's not over. It's not over? Didn't you say no one was being controlled anymore? Only here. What about outside? Are you sure no one is playing tricks on the road that transports the wounded to the rear hospital? Hearing Lin Xiao say that, Zhao Lu immediately realized. Yes, who said they could only catch people here? They could also catch them on the road. On the city streets, many volunteers prepared food for the soldiers on the front line, doing their meager part. Lin Xiao overlooked from above, searching one by one, and quickly found many controlled people. Found them, you guys. Lin Xiao quickly pointed out directions to a few people. But soon, Lin Xiao's actions attracted a lot of attention. though people only gave him a cold glance, without much surprise. At this moment, Bai Ishue spoke, "Don't you need to send someone to block the back door to prevent the abyss monsters from secretly transporting humans out? Wu Xiang is blocking it." Bai Ishue was stunned for a moment, then said speechlessly, "Him? Well, he's all right." Noticing Bai Ishue's speechless expression, Lin Xiao curiously asked, "Do you two have a conflict?" Bai Ishue shook her head. "We teamed up once before. He always gives off an arrogant vibe, but he's not bad as a person." Lin Xiao expressed his understanding. After all, he didn't even respect Qin Chuan, always calling Qin Chuan, that guy with the dragon. The eye of supervision swept over, and an abandoned building caught Lin Xiao's attention. Slime, that unfinished building, concentrate, staring. His vision pierced through layers of buildings, and Lin Xiao saw several massive figures moving underground in the unfinished building. They were abyss monsters. Then, Lin Xiao saw them open an entrance, and the abyssal trolls that had just transported humans. They indeed had another passage to leave Nansha City. Abyssal trolls, abyssal cyclopes, and an abyssal demon. After seeing a demon wearing a ram skull mask emerge from the underground hole, Lin Xiao immediately ended his peeping. He was afraid of being discovered by that abyssal demon. "What's wrong? Your expression suggests you've discovered something incredible." Noticing Lin Xiao's pale face, Bai Ishue couldn't help but ask. Lin Xiao gave a bitter smile. "I indeed discovered something incredible. Abyssal trolls and cyclopes." Hearing Lin Xiao mention these two types of abyss monsters, Bai Ishue couldn't help but frown, because both were powerful abyss monsters with strong combat and destructive capabilities. It's understandable for an eye of evil to sneak in, but why can these kinds of abyss monsters also get in? Bai Ishue didn't understand. Not just that. There's more. There's also an abyssal demon. Bai Ishue? You're not joking, are you? An abyssal demon? Lin Xiao shook his head. "No, it's an abyssal demon. I don't know who it is. I just glimpsed it." Bai Ishue took a deep breath. Although she didn't want to believe it, she accepted the fact. How did they get in? Did Nansha City not detect them? Bai Ishue felt deeply speechless about Nansha City's defensive capabilities. Nansha City is in the western rear, so they probably didn't expect an abyss invasion. They dug tunnels underground to get in. That abyssal demon is the leader, and doesn't seem to have any intention of breaking through Nansha City from the inside. If they really intended to attack from both inside and out, Nansha City's forces would have been breached long ago. But Lin Xiao couldn't understand why they didn't do that. A flash of inspiration struck Lin Xiao. Sacrifice? This possibility is very high. Live sacrifice could achieve better results, which is why they weren't in a hurry to break through Nansha City. Instead, they chose to create casualties and send them to the sacrifice location. Chapter 152. This was just Lin Xiao's guess, but the possibility was high. Otherwise, an abyssal demon wouldn't go to such great lengths to sneak into Nansha City. If it really is an abyssal demon, do you think Nansha City can hold out? Bai Ishue asked. Given Nansha City's current combat strength, they were no match for an abyssal demon. Doubtful. Lin Xiao shook his head. Nansha City's highest combat power is probably only level 60-something. The abyssal demon is likely level 70. Bai Ishue seemed to recall something and said, "Don't you have experience dealing with abyssal demons? Can you handle it?" Lin Xiao looked at her with an expression as if she were an idiot. Serena was a dark mage, and he happened to have a talent that countered her, which was why she couldn't do anything to him. If she had learned magic from any other element, he probably would have died already. As for Curse Frost, being able to kill her was purely an accident. Of course, very few people knew about this. Bai Ishue scratched her head and gave an awkward smile. She was just joking. Lin Xiao must have relied on some extraordinary means to repel the abyssal demon. This isn't something we can solve. Let's report it. Lin Xiao decided to let the higher-ups worry about this troublesome matter. An abyssal demon was far beyond the scope of what he could handle. Bai Ishue also thought this was the most appropriate approach. Let's notify the higher-ups in the west directly. Notifying Nansha City's higher-ups might cause massive panic. The abyssal demon showed no signs of attacking yet, meaning Nansha City was temporarily safe. If Nansha City knew about the existence of the abyssal demon and panicked, it would be hard to guarantee that it wouldn't strike and completely destroy Nansha City. Furthermore, many people in Nansha City were already controlled, and there was no guarantee that some of the higher-ups weren't controlled as well. Yes, this is safer. Lin Xiao intended to do the same. The superior of my accompanying team is a division commander. If I tell him the news, it should quickly reach the military chief. Bai Yixue took out her phone, preparing to contact her division commander. Let me do it. I happen to have the contact information for the military chief of the West, Lin Xiao said. A division commander would still be too slow. Oh? Bai Yixue was stunned, and only after 2 or 3 seconds did she ask, "You actually have the military chief's contact information? How did you get it?" When I was looking for the vice principal earlier, the military chief was right there, so I asked for his contact information. Solving the problem directly through him is much faster. Below the unfinished building, the abyssal demon wearing the sheep bone mask returned here through the underground tunnel. The sheep bone demon straightened the bone mask on its face and then asked, "Is the next batch of people ready?" Not yet. Not yet." The sheep bone demon looked over, releasing killing intent from its eyes. The abyssal troll knelt on the ground in fear. The killing intent only lasted for a moment before it quickly retracted it, seemingly remembering its current location. Although it wasn't worried about being discovered, that lord had once warned it not to be found. Even though it didn't understand, it could only comply. The reason? The low voice was like a sharp knife pressed against the abyssal troll's heart. "It seems we were discovered. Some people were dealt with, and some of the evil eyes were also eliminated," the abyssal troll answered tremblingly. The sheep bone demon was not surprised. It murmured, "So the prying I sensed just now was them searching? The sacrifices sent earlier will take some time to consume, so there's no rush." The sheep bone demon found a place to sit down and said, "Let's hide for a while. When they can't find anything, they will naturally give up." Saying that, it opened its palm, and several black shadows rushed in from all directions, merging into its hand. These were the evil eyes. 10 died, huh? This small city isn't as useless as I thought. How did it go? Seeing Lin Xiao end the call, Bai Yixue quickly asked for the result. "What do you expect? We wait for the higher-ups to send people to handle it. The military chief also told us to quickly withdraw from Nansha City." "Why?" "He said we have great potential and a larger stage ahead of us, and we shouldn't die here." At this moment, Jiang Ningxue and the others also came over to meet up with Lin Xiao. "Are there no more controlled people?" Jiang Ningxue asked, realizing Lin Xiao hadn't given any more warnings. "There are still quite a few, but we can't deal with them." "Why?" Jiang Ningxue didn't understand. Lin Xiao didn't explain. Instead, he looked at Zhu Chodai and the 2 others and asked, "We are preparing to leave. Do you want to stay here?" "You're leaving? Didn't you specifically come to support Nansha City?" Zhu Chodai was surprised. "That's true, but we suddenly received a special mission, so we have to leave temporarily," Lin Xiao said. "A special mission?" Zhu Chodai immediately thought it was a special mission for the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad, and quickly said, "Can I participate? I'm also one of the members." Lin Xiao glanced at her. "People will die. If I were afraid of death, I would have died in West City long ago and wouldn't have had the chance to escape here." Lin Xiao thought about it and figured she had a point, so he nodded and agreed. "You can." Zhao Lu and Guo Yu chose not to accompany them, opting instead to stay and contribute. "Lin Xiao, what are you planning to do? Did the military chief assign a special mission?" Bai Yixue asked. "The military chief?" Jiang Ningxue and Zhu Chodai looked at him in surprise. Did Lin Xiao just contact the military chief? Or did the military chief specifically contact him? Well, he is the captain of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad after all. It's not strange for the military chief to assign him a special mission, Zhu Chodai thought. "No, it's my own idea. Of course, if you don't want to go, you can withdraw at any time. As he spoke, Lin Xiao walked to the back, to the location where they had just entered, where Wu Xiang was. Lin Xiao? Is the matter resolved? I haven't seen a single abyss monster here. After Wu Xiang finished speaking, he noticed an extra girl behind Lin Xiao and exclaimed in surprise, "Oh? Elf Miss, you're here too. Bai Yixue. My name is Bai Yixue. But isn't your class Elf Saintess? Calling you Elf Miss sounds much nicer."
Elf Saintess?
You are also a captain. Zhu Chodai was shocked. She actually got to meet 2 captains of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad. She thought Bai Yixue was just a member of the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad, like herself, but she didn't expect her to be a captain. You must be a newcomer if you don't even know that. You need to work hard and strive to become an outstanding elite member like me, Wu Xiang said in a pompous manner. Zhu Chodai rolled her eyes at him. Aren't you just a regular member? Oh? Upon hearing this, Wu Xiang immediately became displeased. I am already an elite member. After this incident is over, and you, a newcomer, need to learn to respect your senior. You're the newcomer. I was in the Dragon Flame Abyss Squad before the reform, a month earlier than you. Wu Xiang was startled. If you're not a newcomer, why haven't I seen you? I usually just lurk. It's normal that you don't recognize me. Unlike you who's always sounding off in the group chat. Then why didn't you say anything when we rescued you? Everyone in the group knows your personality. Saying anything would just cause trouble for myself, Mr. Wu Xiang, who gets resources deducted. Wu Xiang was instantly enraged, but his anger was immediately interrupted by Lin Xiao. All right, I'll talk about my plan now. If you want to withdraw after hearing it, you can do so at any time.